Here we have a Chinese bow section of a quad for Juniper Rowing, and I don't know how to pronounce the name of the company that makes it, but what has happened is, as you said, the bow section here was crushed. So the exterior skin on this underneath the paint is Kevlar, and that's why it sprang back from being crushed. Plus it has a carbon stringer, a cord carbon stringer down the section of the bow. If you look into the bow deck, you'll see that. So the rest of the boat kind of came out unscathed. So this is actually a relatively new boat too, I believe. Now the problem, and you'll have to trust me on this, to repair this I have to take the deck off, because we need to repair the inner laminate that is totally cracked, and the camera's not going to pick up on any of that stuff. You have to take my word for it. But we're going to probably have to take off more than 2/3 of the deck and put it back on to repair this. So this is kind of a lengthy thing to do, unless you don't want to fix it the correct way. And there is one option I can discuss with you about that, and that would be not to open up the deck, do the repairs on the exterior of the hull, and it just wouldn't be as structurally as sound as it was before, but it would work. So there's one way to keep the cost of this down, and that is that when we take the deck off, when we put the deck back on, we can make it look so that you never even knew that we were in there. But essentially what we'll be doing is, almost around back here, we'll be cutting this. So we have to cut it straight across here, and then we do a real long cut right up the side. And what we can do is that when we put the piece back in, we could just go and do a trim tape over top of the score here, and we actually have this color in tape, and it reduces the cost quite a bit. And it's really truly just a cosmetic thing because it's just as strong. And what I will do is I will show you what we're talking about on a different boat. I think we must have one around here that we just did something like that on. That's one way to keep the cost down. So here's an example of when we've cut open a deck, and to keep the cost down, just put trim tape around what we opened up. This was a Hudson single that we did, that we had to do extensive work on the fin box, but it was a club boat, so they didn't want to put a lot of money into something just for cosmetics.